The Walt Disney Company, commonly known as Disney, is an American multinational, mass media and entertainment conglomerate that has produced a vast number of blockbuster movies. It is safe to say that the company has mastered the art of making nostalgia-packed, introspective, and joyful family films. Their many movies make us laugh, prompt us to sing our hearts out, and often bring a tear to our eye. The iconic film studio has been making movies since 1933. Yes, Disney's magic has continued to entertain kids of all ages and for kids at heart, but with all these movies it has produced, many fans have started to connect things, speculate events, make conclusions that some Disney movies are in the same universe or have a sinister tale to it, thus a dark theory conspiracy was born. Hi, welcome to You Wanna Watch, and in this video, we're going to talk about 15 dark theories about Disney movies. Starting off our list at number 15, we have Frozen. This dark theory came from a Reddit user who suggested that it was the ice harvesters who killed Sven's mother. We know that both Kristoff and Sven were with these Arendelle workers at the start of the film. The theory, however, takes a darker turn when it offers the cause for Kristoff and Sven's friendship. It is because Sven can smell the odor of his late mother on his companion. Examining his winter wardrobe, it definitely looks like he is wearing reindeer skin. It is absolutely reasonable that the ice harvesters clothed the orphan Kristoff in Sven's mother's fur to keep him from freezing. Number 14. The Lion King. This is not so much a theory as it is a terrible realization that comes with understanding how lion prides function. In a typical pride, there is one male lion that sleeps with all of the female lions. This means while Simba and Nala have different mothers, they both call Mufasa their father, making them half-siblings. This explains Scar's determination to bring Mufasa down, as he is the younger sibling who is not getting anything. When Simba assumed his rightful place as King of Pride Rock, he is expected to be shacking up with all the lionesses in his pride, including his mother. Number 13. Toy Story 2. Joan Cusack's Jessie and the tear-jerking When She Loved Me montage were featured in one of the most emotional parts of the critically acclaimed Toy Story 2. We never found out what happened to Jessie's owner when she abandoned the cowgirl, prompting some to believe that the cold-hearted Emily is Andy's mother. Annie has been wearing a human-sized version of Jessie's hat since the first film, which is odd given that Jessie didn't appear until Toy Story 2. Evidence gathered over the years points to the unusual mystery surrounding Andy's mom's real name. The ages are also correct. Though it has never been revealed in any of the Toy Story movies what Andy's mom's name is, there's a chance that it could be Emily. Number 12. Monsters, Inc. Like many movies, Monsters, Inc. has been subject to some heavy discussion after a pretty disturbing fan theory was posted on Reddit. Even Disney is not safe, and this is definitely one of the craziest we have seen. It is suggested that before the monsters harvested children's screams to power their city, they harvested their blood. Since the movie is heavily focused on how the city is powered by clean energy, the theory suggests that Monstropolis must have previously been powered by dirtier energy. If clean energy exists in Sully and Mike's real world, it makes sense that the dirtiest energy, children's blood, was used first. Next, their screams are then captured as a cleaner type of energy, similar to how we use renewables. Lastly, at the end of the film, the most environmentally friendly form of energy is used, children's laughter. In summary, they went from harvesting children's blood to harvesting their laughter. Number 11. Winnie the Pooh. It is appropriate to say that Winnie the Pooh is one of the most well-known children's characters in history. However, a report that was published in the Canadian Medical Association Journal provides a neurological perspective on Alan Alexander Milne's famous characters, linking them to several neurological disorders. According to the research, Winnie the Pooh's behavior suggests that he suffers from more than one neurological disorder, but the one that stands out the most is his ADHD. Pooh shows excessive impulsivity, borderline intellectual functioning, fixations, as is the case of his obsession with honey, and repetitive behaviors, which could indicate that he also suffers from obsessive-compulsive disorder. Piglet, for her part, suffers from generalized anxiety disorder. Eeyore's diagnosis is probably the most evident one of all. This donkey suffers from depression. Tigger for his excessive impulsivity, and when it came to Owl's diagnosis, all the experts agreed, dyslexia. Meanwhile, Rabbit's behavior suggests that he suffers from OCD combined with a narcissistic personality. Number 10. Encanto. Mirabel's story is one of the most beloved contemporary Disney films, but one imaginative Reddit user devised a considerably more sinister idea about the movie. He speculated that Mirabel did, in fact, receive power, but it was considerably more subtle and strong than the rest of her family's, the ability to change the reality around her. The user speculated that as Mirabel approached the door, she was so afraid of not having power that she used her newfound reality-bending abilities to create a world in which she had no power and everyone around her was trapped in the roles she had imagined. Number 9. Cars. Fans of Disney and Pixar will be familiar with the great hypothesis that the slate of computer-animated films is linked in one giant Pixar web. There is a minor issue with this in the world of Cars and an Earth devoid of humanity. This insane notion transports us to a future far beyond Wall-E's, where the human race has been wiped out perhaps by bloodthirsty motors, and autos have achieved sentience. Worryingly, an interview with Cars creative director Jay Ward and Screen Crush has all but confirmed this one. Jay Ward theorized that the automobile's superior AI took over and then assumed the personality of their prior owners. Number 8. Moana. We all adore the story of Moana, but this crazy idea says that Moana is actually dead for most of the film. Back towards the beginning of the film, when Moana first sets sail on her quest to Te Fiti, she sails into a massive storm. When she awakens, she realizes she has drifted to the same island where Maui has been stranded. One theory stated that Moana died during the storm and was transported to the magical world where Te Fiti, the land of the monsters, and her grandmother's spirit all lie. From that moment on, Moana only interacts with demigods and monsters. Number 7. Peter Pan. As we grow older, we realize that Peter Pan was a really questionable character. He was portrayed as a cold-blooded murderer in the original stories as well. Indeed, many consider Peter, as we know him, to be the villain, which has radically altered our perception of our supposed rival Captain Hook. According to one theory, Hook is the true hero on a mission to prevent Peter from kidnapping innocent children. This concept is somewhat believable. In fact, you will observe that Hook never goes after the children throughout the film. There is always only Peter. According to the belief, Hook's pirates are actually youngsters that Hook has spared from Peter. Number 6. Up. Disney films are not immune to a wide range of theories, the majority of which make their storylines sadder and darker, as in the case of Up, which paved the way for an assumption that makes an already tragic plot even more tragic. Up introduced viewers to Carl Fredricksen, a 10-year-old boy who idolizes explorer Charles Muntz. One day, he meets Ellie, a fellow Muntz admirer with whom he falls in love and later marries. Carl and Ellie shared a desire to visit Paradise Falls. However, Ellie fell sick and passed away, leaving Carl heartbroken and alone. According to one theory, Carl dies the night after receiving the offer on his house. From then on, we see him ascending to the afterlife, as evidenced by the entire balloon house trip, and Russell serves as his guardian angel, this being Russell's final step toward becoming a true guardian angel. The house represents Carl's attachment to the real world, and reaching Paradise Falls is Carl's perceived crossing over to reunite with Ellie in heaven. Number 5. The Emperor's New Groove. The theory behind the Emperor's New Groove is insignificant, but no less dark. They noted one peculiarity in the fly, which screams for rescue to 𝐾𝐫𝐤 before being devoured by the spider. The only animals who can speak in the film are those who were once human, 𝐾𝐫𝐤 and 𝐼𝐸. In their animal stages, neither is seen to communicate with other creatures, implying that the fly was once a human. That means that what 𝐾𝐫𝐤 is witnessing is a human, who had been turned into a fly, being eaten by the spider. Number 4. Snow White. Most of us have heard the story of Snow White, but there is one interpretation of the prince that transforms the entire movie. The theory is that the prince is not real, but rather a figurative representation of death. When Snow White gets too close to the brink of the well at the beginning of the film, death appears on the wall. Her return to the castle represents her escape from death. The prince's different appearances at various points tend to support those claims, implying that although a poisoned Snow White sleeps in her coffin, she is waiting for her soul to be liberated. When the prince kisses Snow White, he transports her soul to heaven, which is represented by the kingdom in the sky beneath which they stand at the end of the film. We are nearing the end of our video, but before we proceed, we would like to ask you to please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/c/YouWannaWatch2022 and follow us on our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/YouWannaWatch. Any support you provide us will help us provide you with more and better content. Okay, now back to the story. Number 3. Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast remains one of Disney's most beloved stories to this day, but one theory casts its ending in a much darker light. The theory focuses on the animated version of the story, referencing Lumière and the wardrobe, which provides Belle with garments but does not appear in the original French fairy tale. This dark theory offered evidence pointing to the idea that Belle was not the first girl held captive in Beast's castle. The theory also suggests that the castle servants who became household things were attempting to assist Beast by luring in women for him to woo. The theory goes much darker, implying that when Beast gave up on one of his captives, he left them to starve, just as he meant to let Morris starve. As unsettling as it may be for some, it appears that Beast may have previously imprisoned women in the castle in the hopes of breaking the curse. Number 2. Finding Nemo. In the opening of the film, when Nemo's mother dies in traditional Disney fashion, a particular theory about what happened there transforms the entire film. According to the theory, no survivors of the giant barracuda attack on his family exist, and Marlin's vision of Nemo is only a manifestation of his grief. Some fans even managed to tie Marlin's journey across the ocean to the 5 stages of grief, denial, anger, bargaining, despair, and acceptance. And finally, at number 1, we have The Little Mermaid, Ariel's beginning. According to a fan theory linking Peter Pan and The Little Mermaid, the ship that crushed Queen Athena when Ariel was a toddler was commanded by none other than Captain Hook, making him solely responsible for her death. In a scene from this 1953 production, Peter takes Wendy to Mermaid Lagoon. One of these young mermaids in particular stands out immediately because of her physical resemblance to Queen Athena, from her red hair to her greenish mermaid tail. This theory has been circulating on social media for many years, and many followers all over the world have already accepted it as a fact. Despite the fact that other theories surrounding Disney films have been proven over the years, this one has yet to be proven. What do you think about our list? Which dark theory shocked you the most? Did we miss anything that you think should have been included? Let us know your thoughts by writing a comment on this video. If you're interested in our other videos, just hover over the videos and just press play. Until next time, watchers, thank you for watching our video.